Today we're looking at part 9 of the train. I'm skipping around, but for the cow catcher, just because there's a lot of new tools that I think will be important for you. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because these pegs and things you should know how to do. So I'm going to start a new part. Start my sketch. And I'm working with that bottom layout. So I'm going to come over 1.8. I'm going to come up 0.25 on both sides. And then I know that it lines up at the middle. And then I'm going to make this to here. 0.9, and that's what it says in the document. I think it linked, or it automatically had that because I had this to my midpoint. So if you didn't line yours up at the midpoint, that's okay. You're just going to put 0.9 now. So there's going to be the bottom of that cow catcher. And just like we did for the train body, we drew this on our XZ plane. So I'm going to create a plane offset from this 0.75, because that's how tall my cow catcher is. Then I'm going to start my sketch on that new work plane. And here I can project my lines so that way I have them. I'm going to start with a line that is 1.2. It comes up 0.25 on both sides. And it makes that same kind of point. Then I know that from here to here, it's going to be 0.75. And from here to here, it's going to be 0.6. And then it's all drawn, but it's still purple because I can still move this. It's not locked into any particular place. I want to lock this in place. So I'm going to grab my original start point to the point of my new shape. And I know that I want that to be the midpoint. So I can actually do 1.8 divided by 2, and that's going to lock that in place. And then I know that I want to lock this to here, and I want that to be 0, because those backs of the cow catcher are aligned. So that's just a vertical line. So I can click finish. Now I have my two shapes that are parallel to one another, and they're apart 0.75. And here's the new tool. We're going to use Loft. So I'm going to select my first profile and my second. Now because I did that project geometry, it doesn't know what I want to do. So I'm going to come back into Sketch 2, and I'm just going to delete this. I'm just deleting the yellow lines because that's what it doesn't know what profile I'm trying to use. So now let's try that again. Loft, there, and you can see it's creating that profile. I'm going to click OK. Now I don't always want to see this work plane, so I'm going to right click and turn off visibility. And there's the main part of my cow catcher. Now when I look at my thing, I know that the typical wall thickness is 0.1. And I actually want this to be my home. So I'm going to reset that. So current view as home, fixed distance, and then I'm going to shell this. So I want my thickness to be 0.1, and if you look at the drawing, you can see that this bottom part, notice those pins are on the back, but the bottom is hollow or open. So I'm going to orbit around and I'm going to select the bottom because that's going to remove this face, and I'm going to remove that. So there is my typical face, or my typical shape. I'm going to start my sketch here, project my geometry. I can offset that by 0.1, and I'm getting that measurement right here because it's showing me that. And then I'm going to extrude it 0.05, so that way it creates that kind of window. And I have to do these two sides independently because they're different surfaces. So I can take this and extrude 0.05, and I want to cut that. So from here, all you need to do is cut out that other side and then add those pins on the back. And don't forget that chamfer on the ends of those pins. Hopefully this gives you enough to get started. Always ask questions if you get stuck. Oh, one other thing, sorry. I'm always going to make sure I go File, Save, and I'm going to save it as my block number, my username, and then I'm going to call this Cowcatcher. Always save. There we go. Good luck.